The reigning world champions played a World Cup final and did not have a single shot until deep into extra time. They finished with 2 attempts, neither on target, and 8 touches inside Spain's penalty area across the entire match. This wasn't a tight final decided by a moment. This was a team being systematically shut out of a game of football for 120 minutes. Here's exactly how Spain did it. Some context for what these two teams were. Spain arrived at this final having conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament. 1. Argentina arrived having escaped 4 consecutive knockout rounds, a 111th minute winner, a 2-goal comeback, a survival against 10 men, and a 7-minute turnaround against England. One team was a control system, the other was a resilience system. A final is the worst possible place to find out which one breaks first. Argentina came into this game with a clear defensive plan. Sit in a mid-block, protect the space between the lines, and use Enzo Fernández and De Paul to screen the middle of the pitch. On paper, it made sense. Against most teams, it would have worked. But Spain didn't try to play through that block. They played around it. Spain's pressing tactics. Going the other way, Spain's press was built on one simple idea: win the ball back before Argentina's structure could form. Rodri isn't just a holding midfielder tonight. He's the trigger. The moment Argentina's centre-backs take a heavy touch, Rodri steps, and the front line jumps with him. This is gegenpressing with control. Spain never sprint into chaos, they press into preset passing lanes. And it's worth noting now, Rodri finished this tournament with the golden ball. This is why. Now flip it around. When Argentina tried to press Spain high, this is where the backline's ball-playing quality became the story of the match. Spain's centre-backs aren't dropping deep to escape pressure. They're stepping into midfield, literally becoming auxiliary passers. That's why, even under Argentina's press, Spain always had an extra man. It's not that Argentina pressed badly, it's that Spain's shape made the press mathematically impossible to finish. And here's the detail that reframes the entire match. Argentina's best chance of the final came in the 5th minute. Messi, breaking clear, one-on-one, and Unai Simon shut the angle down. That's it. That was the high point. For the remaining 115 minutes, the defending champions never got that close again. When you watch the rest of this back, watch it knowing their peak moment happened before most viewers had settled in. This is the longest section to break down, because it's where the game was actually decided. Spain's front 4, Yamal, Torres, Williams, and whoever drops into the half space, rotate constantly. Argentina's backline has to choose, track the runner or hold the line. Every time that hesitation opens half a yard. Half a yard is all Spain needs. Do that for 90 minutes, and the defensive line isn't beaten by a moment of brilliance. It's beaten by accumulated fatigue in the decision-making. Now the number that tells you how complete this was. Lionel Messi finished this World Cup final with 15 touches of the ball. 15. Lamine Yamal, a teenager playing for the opposition, had 26. Argentina as a team touched the ball 8 times inside Spain's penalty area across the entire 120 minutes. That is not a marking job on one player. You cannot man-mark someone into 15 touches. He'll simply drop deeper to find the ball. What Spain did was remove the supply. If Argentina can't build out, Messi never receives in a position that matters, and dropping deeper only takes him further from goal. Spain didn't stop Messi. They starved the machine that fed him. After the interval, Spain's shape widens. Subtly, no personnel change, just a few more yards of horizontal spread. The effect is immediate. Argentina's press gets stretched further than it can cover, and the gaps between their units start showing on every phase. This is the point where you can see the game's psychology turn, a team realizing the plan isn't landing and having nothing behind it. We should stop and give Argentina's goalkeeper his due, because the scoreline is a lie about how well he played. Emiliano Martínez made 11 saves in this final, more than any goalkeeper in the history of a World Cup final. The previous record was 8. Think about what that means tactically. 11 saves is not a goalkeeper having a good night. 11 saves is a defensive structure being opened repeatedly and one man refusing to let the consequence arrive. Every number we've covered, the 20 shots, the rotations, the half yards, should have produced 3 or 4 goals. It produced 1, and the reason it took 106 minutes is standing between the posts. Second half of stoppage time at the end of 90, Enzo Fernández already on a yellow, catches Pau Cubarsí, and it's a second booking. Referee Slavko Vincic sends him off, and under this tournament's new protocol, the dismissal goes to video review. The review upholds it. That's worth stating plainly. Given everything this tournament has been accused of, the technology looked at the decision and confirmed it, and tactically, it ends the contest. There is no way to hold a mid-block with 10 men against a side that already had a spare passer in every zone. Argentina play the final half hour a man down, having not yet had a shot. Extra time becomes an exercise in arithmetic. Argentina drop into a low block that isn't a tactic anymore. It's survival. Spain now have a two-man advantage in build-up rather than one, and the pitch effectively shortens for them. The only question left is whether Martínez can keep holding, and whether Spain's finishing stays as loose as it has been all night. And then twice, Spain think they've scored, and twice it's chalked off. The first is the one people are still arguing about. 96th minute, a through ball from Yamal. Merino gets to it ahead of Otamendi. The ball breaks to Nico Williams and he finishes. Vincic rules it out for a foul in the build-up. Contact between Merino and Otamendi that looks, at full speed, like a defender being beaten to the ball. It's marginal. Reasonable people are still split on it. The second is much simpler. After the winner goes in, Torres breaks clear again on the counter and is flagged offside. Routine, correctly called, and it changes nothing. Two very different decisions, and the internet has largely merged them into one grievance. They're not the same. The goal that decided the World Cup arrives 106 minutes in, 39 seconds into the second period of extra time. Spain work it wide, the ball arrives across the face, and Ferran Torres, a substitute, and a man who had not scored once in this entire tournament, finishes past Martínez at last. It's almost unfair how simple it looks after 106 minutes of everything we've just broken down. The final ledger. Spain, 20 shots. Argentina, 2, and neither on target. Argentina's first attempt of any kind didn't arrive until deep into extra time. 8 touches in Spain's box across 120 minutes. Messi, 15 touches. Martínez, a record 11 saves. And Spain, 1 goal conceded in the entire tournament, from the first match to the last. Individually, Spain took almost everything. The golden ball to Rodri, the golden glove to Unai Simón, and best young player to Pau Cubarsí, the 19-year-old whose only real headline moment was being fouled hard enough to end Enzo's final. Spain didn't just win the World Cup, they won it without ever really being threatened, in a final where the losing side's best chance came in the 5th minute. Luis de la Fuente becomes the oldest manager ever to win the tournament. 16 years after their first, Spain have their second. That's the story of a genuine tactical mismatch. Thanks for watching. Let me know below which final you want broken down next.